Welcome back. Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy. And knife I have for you today is the Benchmade 575 Mini Persidio 2. That's more than a mouthful. Got this guy for my birthday, and I've always been attracted to design. I actually reviewed the larger brother of this guy, and it was just a little bit too big for me. And this one is a lot more appealing for what I like to carry. So let's dive into it. This guy is around $170 at Blade HQ. And let's get some quick specs out of the way. It's a 7.48 inches overall, 3.2 inch blade. It's a 3 3/4 inch grip. 0.54 in the thickness, so pretty standard. It's 1.2 inches wide, and stock thickness is 0.11, so not super thick. The behind the edge thickness is 20 thousandths with a 22 degrees bevel. And this guy comes in at 3.97 ounces. And to me, that's pretty good weight, especially since you have solid aluminum top scales and you have stainless steel liners. So that's pretty impressive to keep it at under 4 ounces. So let's take a look at this very attractive blade here. You have this nice flat ground drop point blade with this beautiful swedge going almost the entire length of the blade that tapers that tip down, so you got a precise point for piercing. On this side, you have the Benchmade logo and the model designation right there. And on this side, you have the blade steel, which is S30V, first production, 366 of 1200. You have dual thumb studs to deploy the knife, or you can pull back on the axis bar and deploy it that way. There's no jimping on the spine of the knife. You do have jimping on the back scale of the knife. They do have a sharpening cutout right here. And let's close this guy up. You have a nice, interesting milling pattern on the aluminum that offers a little bit of traction. You have a hard anodized black coating on the aluminum and black coating on the stainless liners, along with the barrel spacers and the pocket clip. And the hardware, all the hardware and the axis. So that's pretty nice. They kept everything else black. Not sure. I think they offer all black bladed version. So if they do, everything would be black. That's pretty cool. Like I said, you have flow through construction with barrel spacers here. You have T6 construction right here, T8 pivot. You have a good bit of skeletonization in there. As you can see, that's what keeps this knife as lightweight as it is for everything that it's made of, along with the milling out of the aluminum on the top as well. You have tip up, left or right hand carry, deep carry pocket clip, and it is my favorite of their pocket clips, their Parkerized deep carry clip. And this is actually the clip that came on it, the Parkerized deep carry clip. And I had bought this clip to go on this knife, but this clip just did not work well for it. It gave me a terrible hot spot because of how high it is and stuff. So it worked better doing it this way. I don't really love the aesthetics of this clip on here, but it'll do, and it works a lot better. So there you go. You have a ginormous lanyard hole for anybody who likes the lanyards. This knife is totally ambidextrous, even with the pocket clip. That's nice to see. And it's easy to actuate left-handed as well. I don't want to hit I don't want to hit the camera. Action on this guy is nice and smooth. I can swing it whenever I'm not behind a camera, closed. It still needs to break in. I haven't taken this guy down, and I just got it not too long ago. You have good blade to handle ratio. You're not going to catch that blade when it's closed. And the ergos in your hammer grip are good. When I put a lot of pressure down and squeezing it a lot, see if I can show y'all this. Right here, this section right here kind of creates a minor hot spot for me. Just where my hands sit on top of that milled pattern, I guess. It's either the milled pattern, I can't tell. No, it's actually this line right here. It's not terrible, but I can definitely feel it. This grip, it's just the same. I'd say it's okay. This grip is pretty comfortable besides the clip. And if you happen to use reverse grip, it's pretty comfortable. This knife is geared toward, I guess, tactical. I don't know. I'm not a tactical guy. Or your heavier use, harder use. I say that because you have these hard anodized aluminum scales, which are already strong, on top of, and they're thick, on top of decently thick stainless steel liners. So this is definitely a robust knife for Benchmade. Let's see. We'll get a few size comparisons out of the way, and then I will tell you some of my nitpicks and complaints. First up is your ZTO 609. The 609 is just a little bit longer in blade, not by much though. Next up is the Spyderco Para 3. The Para 3 is a little bit shorter. And we got the Best Tech Pebble. Best Tech Pebble is a little bit shorter as well. Sorry, I'm a little stopped up tonight. Got a little cold. Two more. You got the R2D2, which is also a good bit shorter. And another Axis, or whatever the XR like, the Terminus XR, which is also shorter. There you go. There's my size comparisons. Overall, this is a really, really cool knife. I love that blade. I like that they've kept it decently thin. And the stock isn't outrageous. Just overall, looks nice. The few complaints I have is all the excessive billboarding. It's not a make or break for me, but it's, you got your big old logo here and all this first production stuff. It seems like they could put that in the scales or something. I don't know. It's not really that big of a deal, but just something to note. Next up is the blade finish. I'm not a fan of a blasted finish. It tends to corrode here in the south, and it just doesn't look good when it mars up. So I would have loved to see a stone wash finish. Even if they would have taken the same finish and stone washing it heavy, that would have been nice too. Or even their belt satin finish that they do. Another little nitpick, and this is with both clips. It doesn't matter, they're both the same as far as where they hit, but both of them land on this milling pattern. That's just inherent with the pattern. Unless they would have put like a flat spot underneath there, it's definitely gonna start shredding my pocket soon, because I can hear it's like makes a noise every time I pull it in and out of the pocket. It's got good retention, but that's something to note. Also, this thing came pretty off-centered. I tried adjusting the pivot, and no luck. I could get it somewhat close, but then I couldn't open the blade. And it's another thing that's not a make or break for me. I don't know. It's not something I dwell on. As long as it's not rubbing against the side scale, it's not the biggest deal for me, unless it's an extremely expensive knife, which this is no cheap knife, but it's not no $500 knife either. And this is another just minor nitpick, which there's not much I could have done different. But whenever I'm like choked up like that on the knife, if I'm putting pressure down, being the swedge goes all the way back here and it's thin right there, it's not the most comfortable whenever you're putting a lot of downward force on there. So to remedy that, I just try to keep myself back like that, which is usually how I'm cutting. But if I'm trying to do some more refined task, I might have my thumb up there, and it's not that comfortable. So there you go. This is my first impressions of the Mini Persidio 2. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Share it with all your friends and family and your social networks. If you like my videos in general, hit that subscribe button while you're at it. You can hit that bell notification too so you don't miss any of my content. I hope everybody's having an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.